Hello and welcome to the 2014 Santa Clarita City Council Candidates Forum.
Hi, my name is Sandra Bull. It's Bull, B-U-L-L, just plain Bull. I have lived and worked in Santa Clarita for 22 years. I'm a retired assistant principal working at Sulphur Springs, Mitchell, Canyon Springs, and Leona Cox schools in Canada Country. I've been married to the same wonderful man for most of my life. I have 2 daughters and 2 granddaughters. I have a bachelor's in organizational leadership from Masters College here in this city, and I have a master's degree in educational administration, and my thesis was strategic planning. I'm also a special education advocate. I'm interested in running for office because this needs to be a working together, business-friendly city, but I also want safe schools. Our city provides crossing guards to schools, but because of fiscal restraints, we don't have enough. As a principal, I asked for crossing guards for my schools for years. I never got one. Let's not wait for a tragic accident like in Hollywood before we put more money into our schools. I would like to increase the sheriff's contract to restore the tobacco and drugs education for 5th and 6th grade schools. We need to streamline the procedures of obtaining necessary permits for startup businesses. I know how to work with people. If you ask my parents, I was a no-nonsense principal. I worked with wonderful parents, and I worked with those that shook their fists in my face. I had drugs and weapons on campus, and I had bullies. You name it, I've handled it. I will be your full-time council member. I will make things happen, not just ongoing feasibility studies with no action. I also forgot to put in there, I really want to increase the senior budget. I want some action for the seniors, not just studies. Vote for Sandra Bull, the last name on the ballot, and that's no Bull.
Do you think we should change anything about the structure of the current form of city government? For example, the number of seats on city council, having an elected mayor, having city council members elected by district, etc.
You know, we have a very successful city. We have a 17% reserve going in to next year, which is wonderful. Our city council has done a good job. We do have, I don't see any need for change. I think that if we went to districting, it would be very divisive. I think that the 5 members of the council are adequate. I do like the rotating mayor, and the reason for that is that the mayor is really the mayor but doesn't really have any more power than any of the other council people, so I feel that that's very important. I don't want the districting because it will definitely affect the schools. It will affect the schools as far as, because it'll definitely go to them as well. I think the system we have now is working very, very well. I think we have a successful, safe city. I think we do have some improvements we need to make. I don't see any big changes as far as elections go. I like the system we have. I just would like a few other changes and more action in the city.
Should the Santa Clarita Valley's emergency winter shelter be available year-round to serve the entire Santa Clarita Valley population? And if so, where should it be located?
I think the center does a tremendous job for the homeless and the people in need. As a principal, I can tell you that in this valley we have children today that go hungry. If it wasn't for the federal lunch program that we have, they would be going hungry. So we really need to support this. We need to, if we could support it year-round, I would rather see it be the way it is effective right now for the winter months when it's really, really necessary. But if we could get it together and get some money, it would be nice year-round because it's needed year-round. I can't tell you how I see these children come to me, and I've helped them get free lunch and all that because they are hungry. We do really need to work and recognize that there are hungry families and children in this valley. And there's a lot of us, a lot of great people that have a lot of great money, and we need to really put some time and effort toward this.
What do you think is the proper role of a city council member in terms of managing staff?
Well, I think that as far as managing staff, that would be the role of the city manager. I don't think that it would be the job of a city councilman to manage the staff. I mean, we are directly with policy. We decide policy, not necessarily the HR part of the city. I think as far as if they need raises or they want to unionize or that kind of stuff, we would definitely have a vote on that. But I don't think we would manage the staff. I think one of the concerns I think right now is we have a interim deputy chief right now. I think we need to get that going and not have that person as interim for such a long time. At least that's what they were telling me when I went to the city. So I don't think a city councilman really should have anything to do with the managing of the people.
The city of Santa Clarita has successfully had well over 20 annexations. At times, annexations are revenue neutral, meaning they don't cost the city anything. Other times, the annexations bring money to us as a result of increased sales tax, and there are times we'd actually lose money. Would you vote yes or no to annex Stevenson Ranch, West Ranch into the city of Santa Clarita?
You know, I agreed with Laurene. I think that if they would like to join us, it would be great. I think that would be a great benefit to us if they would, because of all the business they have. I think it would be a great benefit to them for to be part of the city and to enjoy all the benefits that we have. I think it's, from all my friends that live there, I think the majority of them would like to have us be one city. I think it would be a win-win. So I hope that they want to, and I hope that it happens, and I think it'd be a win-win for everyone.
In order to encourage economic growth, the city regularly supports businesses with either tax incentives or subsidies to bring more jobs to Santa Clarita. If elected, what types of these incentives or subsidies would you propose?
I think the city's done a pretty good job with the film industry, bringing them here, especially bringing Disney. I think we could work harder. I think we could have someone that would, we do have some people working, but I think we would work harder with publicity and promoting our city. I think Princess Cruises, with their 1,700 employees here, I think we could definitely promote Princess Cruises and maybe become a cruise type city and say, we've got them to move here. We've got Sunkist, we've got a lot moving here, but we need to really, really work on promoting our city to these small businesses and say, look who's coming here. This is a destination city. People want to live here. I mean, here I'm fumbling around. It's a great place to work. It's a great place to live, and that's what they need to promote. That's why we are attracting cities, and we've done a pretty good job. We just need to do better.
When is it appropriate for the city to use public tax dollars to support services that the county is responsible for funding? Can you provide an example?
Well, I think one of the main things that we would use our money for that the county isn't doing is for the seniors. Our budget is $700,000 in the city. I think that needs to be increased. We're working with the county, and they are. We're not getting anything done. We have feasibility studies for the seniors, and that would be one thing that I could see we could use public tax money in our general fund to increase that $700,000 so we could get some action done for our seniors, get those needs that they need. I'm a senior, and I can sympathize with all of them and understand that we need one in Canyon Country. We need to get some things going for the seniors, and I see spending our tax dollars for that.